you've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a future and proven to be a true man of the left. I can finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
See, forging that signature really paid off.
Can I get my gun now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done.
Fine, where is it?
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character, so watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy, the one he described as terrifying.
The Pale Driver? Cindy?
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway, the neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debardeurs Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Which building was that?
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
She was waving it around at people?
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
Unstable is good, actually. She will be easier to disarm. No, wait. Actually, unstable is pretty bad.
I don't need this information from hand-eye coordination. Who is this old woman?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
That sounds like Cindy.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
Can you set up a meeting?
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
Okay.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
So I know with the signatures you plan to force people out with construction noise.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
Those poor people? Or slightly less poor people who work for you and then just feed all of the money that they make working for you back into your pockets?
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palaces. They're very large.
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland. There's nothing left. But mark my words, officers. We are going to reset it.
So literally textbook gentrification.
Reset. I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce.
What do you mean?
Harry, imagine a youth center supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing.
And that's bad.
Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
Wait, I misread that. When he said all those ruins out there turned into low-income housing, I thought he was saying they had previously turned into low-income housing, and that's why they have to be swept away. But he's actually saying that he's going to build new low-income housing, which even though that's still gentrification because he's going to replace existing low-income housing with slightly higher income housing that he owns and can collect money on. Yeah. Still gentrification. So youth supermarket church complex.
Yes, I do. I got the center, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
I haven't seen any evidence of that.
The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that.
I knew you were up to something.
Damn right I'm up to something, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce Messier. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
A true flash of anger in him, as he thinks of her.
Hey, did you order the man killed?
Order it. You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too fat for that.
Why is that?
Glad you asked. I've got type 2 diabetes because sugar and fat was all my mother had to give me and my brother Edgar when we were kids.
That is fair and how it happens.
Good job too, as it made me ugly. And ugly people, Harry, are much better at politics.
What do you gain from him being dead?
Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
That's a hell of an admission. They're trained military people. Aren't you afraid for your men?
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men.
Can you hold off artillery strikes?
The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
The moralists are very disappointed. How is this connected to the strike?
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
Oh.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Because you have no interest in negotiating.
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her asshole. She has no chance.
What?
Tits from her asshole. It's a local saying.
That's a bad saying. Why are you telling me all this?
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening.
So, who did kill the hangman?
No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Everard Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
It's kind of like, I thought he was going to continue being, like, very professional and businesslike. And he is being, like, surprisingly candid with all of his plans. Like, he basically believes he's already won.
guy, huh?
How do you know it's a guy?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
How many people are in the Union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
2,373 is a sizable contingent for a labor organization in Revachol.
How are you going to fund your new independent harbor? Is it the drugs?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Everything?
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That sounds like drugs.
That's drugs.
Thanks. Thanks, reaction speed. Thanks for confirming.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it.
What's bold and exotic about ethical chemical factories?
All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
Wow, a neurochemical, psychoactive labor uprising stroke hostile takeover.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it?
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperidone.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidone.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
Is Ruby helping you secure this fantastic share?
Harry, if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
Understood.
Dio. Hey, stop it. I'm gonna report this.
Yes, of course. And while you're doing that, please go ahead and also tell the Wild Pines. I want to hear them squeal from the indignity.
Nothing in his features betrays any concern.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbor's turnover, just like the harbor is, but a small part of Martinez.
So is there a trade or isn't there? Oh, wait, you know what? No, don't question it. Go on.
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
Hold on, I don't want to look at the big picture. I want to look at the drug trade you almost admitted to.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it. Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
It's not my place to judge or express an opinion.
I'll tell you. I'm on to your blood pressure.
All right, listen. It is ambitious. And if everything that you're saying is on the level, I like what you're doing for the working man. However, I feel like you're not on the level. But I'll say it anyway.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me, because in many ways, you are that working man. You have already done so much work.
Can I ask you about specific union members?
We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big-time mode, Harry.
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive in his big-time mode.
I'm going to try to run this back.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are gonna... We've been run with renewed...
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug, all they...
Wow, a neurochemical.
The company... We're gonna...
And the kids are...
I'm an all... But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party... Yes?
Nothing.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbor's turnover, just like the harbor is, but a small part of Martinez.
So I was going to do this, but then I was like, you know, interrogation tactics is like, if it sounds like he's veering in a direction where he could give you the information that you want, don't stop him or call his attention to him. Don't stop him or call his attention to what he's starting to talk about. Just let him keep talking. So that's why I picked go on, but then he veered. So let's press it directly now.
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a
It's
whole.
the same.
I'm gonna unite.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade.
It's the
He
same.
was almost admitting to it.
Not enough flags or kings.
Thank you, Harry. Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open.
Do I have more to
certainly,
ask?
Harry? No, by all means. I'm always happy. Very
Nope.
nice.
We're good. Okay. I'm very happy we managed to get all that information out of him without actually, like, committing to do anything. Well, we committed to do a couple of things, but neither of them turned out the way that they were, like, supposed to for him. Because the one was, like, intimidate the squealer, I guess.
This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. René left his uniform neatly folded on the table. Take it. It's just there. Who cares? It's not like anyone's gonna need it.
I mean, that is what I came here for, but that's kind of messed up.
I suppose René is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste, though.
It's needed for work and all that. What if we needed disguise?
Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other similarly colorful clothes, okay?
Alright, what's that do for us? Whoa! I don't know about Revacholian nationhood. Still got 2 skill points. So yeah, there was the door we were supposed to open, but then he was back by the time we got it. And then the other one was like, hey, go collect these signatures for me, and then I forged them, which is gonna blow up in his face whenever it comes to it. So at the end of the day, we did neither thing for him, but still got the information we needed. So that feels nice. Yeah, you're right, Art, and it goes to great pains to establish that, oh dear. It goes to great pains to establish that early on. Like, one of the first things that Kim tells you is that the RCM technically has authority, but they technically don't really have
you again. Are you looking for a die?
that much authority. Like, you don't have, like, people don't really respect you that much. You don't have that much power, that much authority. You can't really throw your weight around. People are going to, like, sort of dismiss you, and there's not much you can do about that because the central power structure here doesn't really exist. Oh, no. Run. I do have some things in my inventory that I could pawn. I haven't really bothered because there hasn't really been anything that I wanted the money for. I really wanted the shoes, though. All of my shoes were... I had like 2 pairs of shoes, and they both sucked.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
I'm
Photonic
so
sensitivity
sorry.
is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
Sorry about
I
that.
do appreciate it. Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
I have something
Sure.
to sell.
Let me have a look.
I'd like to sell my clothes. I have some armor.
All right, let's see it.
Look at this thing that I'm wearing.
No. I don't need bloodthirsty mercenaries knocking on my door looking for their missing toys.
That's the correct answer.
Besides, this gear costs a fortune. There's no one in Martinez with that kind of money.
It feels like he would have accepted the risk if he hoped to profit from it. It's not greed, though. Deep down, he's a gambler, provided the stakes are sufficiently interesting.
Let me check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I got a banged up fuel canister for some reason. What? go? It's like It's like kind of impossible to know if I'm gonna need any of these things for anything else. But this kind of feels like a way to make the shoes actually cost $20. Why did you even buy those? These are no magic speakers. These are lame speakers. All they'll ever produce is a faint memory of the song you're trying to listen to. Sell them for cash. Done. Dead stainless steel canister for transporting and storing heavy fuel oil. The logo outside has been partially stripped off over years of use. Government issued red dyed fuel oil. Inside looks like paint, though it smells much, much worse. I'll keep that. I forgot we had this. I think I just picked this up at random. Like, I honestly think it was just sitting on the ground somewhere. That feels too important. And we also got what we wanted, so...
Another time, perhaps.
Okay, so now I'm honestly like a little less impressed with Sealang, because he's standing here, sitting here. Sold those speakers to me for 50 cents. Could have literally walked across the street to the pawn shop and got $30 for it. Maybe the hustle powers were not as strong as I thought. Oh, is it not even going to let me walk around in here without a flashlight? Noted. I thought I paid for the dice up front.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Yes, the ones I asked you to make for me.
Very good. That will be 7 real for one custom die.
That looks cool as shit. I will take it.
One universal die for Wiro Untethered.
Let's have a look at it.
It feels icy. Just holding this die in your hand sends a jolt of cold down your spine. Through the dark resin, you can make out a nugget of bone hewn from an alligator's jaw.
Do I have more questions about this building?
I'm listening.
I don't.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit.
You did fine. Appreciate you. It's honestly, like, completely possible that the fuel canister is just a random pickup item that you're supposed to just sell for money. Alright. Oh, yeah, that's right. The reason I came over here is so I could fast travel over to the church.
Good morning! Yeah! Hot car!
I found this reel of tape. Try it out.
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
Uh-huh.
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts,
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
No, I found it tangled up in a hawthorn tree.
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Ready?
Wow! Here's that! The signs match perfectly!
That is a lot better.
Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
I found a random take and brought it to Egghead. He's incredibly good at remixing.
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody, like a folk song, and you just found the original piece that inspired him to create this jam? That would explain why it fits so well.
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez and just threw away part of his song because he thought it wasn't good enough?
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well.
It does fit really well. I agree with the girl.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits! Bring up the volume!
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that? Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
I think you might know the answer.
What if we use that crazy sound assault from Sona's experiment, but contained it, tamed it, made it pulse?
But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing?
I remember nothing about this.
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Let's stress for interfacing. We already kind of are. I'm skipping over the gloves because the gloves I have on are interfacing +2 already, in case you were wondering. Composure. Perception. Reactions. We're running it like this then.
Good morning! Yeah!
72 is pretty good, but we missed it with like a 4 before, so fuck.
Bzz, 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 goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you can try to make something up anyway.
Let's not do that.
The young man bobs his head to the music, much as before.
It shall be tamed.
Good morning! Yeah! Hardcore!
It can be tamed.
Sidechain the beat.
I don't know what that means. Help me out, interfacing.
Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing, either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals. The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
I sort of understand that. Alright, Egg, you need to start sidechaining it.
Sidechaining it, you said?
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide, wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up and down with bliss in total silence, still listening to his headphones.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead, Cop Man? Did you break him?
Just wait and see.
Are you ready, pussy?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
That's outstanding. Wait, where did the lights come from? Is it just because the music's so hot?
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
This is beauty! This is life!
It's pretty good.
What in the world is going on? The way melody and bass flow together. It's unnatural.
It's very natural.
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
We have tamed the sound, mate. I like number 2, but I'm gonna say 1 for Egghead. This one is for the Hypnotic generation!
Introducing the ultimate sound!
Oh, good, we get to say both. We've made it our own.
God damn it. This dance club idea might just work out.
You really didn't think that there was any future to it without the drugs, did you?
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
All right, my work here is done.
Yo, man. What's on your...
Nope.
Hard cop.
Hard cop? There's a nope on that as well.
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance! Goodbye, officer.
So, if we'd cranked up the beat before, that would have helped with the dance check, wouldn't it? I'm like 100% sure that would have given you like improving the track makes the dance check easier. All right. Yeah, okay, we're over here. Check the boardwalk, check the island. I don't know where the... What island? Whirling and Rags is here. The window's up here. Presumably this boardwalk? Right? Oh, the boardwalk thing just... Okay. That's incredibly useful, because I was going to waste an absurd amount of time looking for that. Don't really know where to look for that. Maybe Egghead is actually Arno van Eyck in disguise. Egg? This is worth looking into. Hey, Dirty Toes. Welcome in. We're looking for progress. I know one of the things they said I could do is go talk to Klassje. I think. It also said something about exploring a basement, but I forget where, and I don't know if it's someplace I've already been to.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
Why are we thinking about this here? I actually read about that earlier, but I don't really know anything about Smosh or who the owners are or were. So it was kind of a story where I was like, hey, that's cool that they got their thing back after, I guess, they sold it. I've never really been familiar. But it's always nice when, like, you get those stories of, like, the founders of a company getting it back after, you know, business things happen.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old.
Where are you going with this?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder?
That's a lot of liters. Is that like a lifetime number?
You could ask either one of them.
Kim, how old do you think I am?
Huh?
How old do I look?
How old? 58.
That's really old, really?
You asked.
Yeah, fair enough. You're probably right.
Actually, make that 54. Alcoholism has severely impacted your appearance.
That actually sounds more like it.
And I was wrong about the age of the deceased.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on. I've got magnesium. I've got healing. I'm not afraid.
To the laboratorium.
Okay, now I'm a little afraid. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be. The day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? I want to know. I don't like going around without a skill point, especially considering how many side quests and things we've already passed by and we only have 5 experience points, but I want to internalize this. And it's going to take a long time.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
I found your buoy. It was empty.
Oh.
Did you take the documents?
He's trying to throw her off with the bluntness of the question.
No, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
I have this strange feeling that it was an undiscovered cryptid that took your documents. I'm not going to do that to Kim. Yes, I am.
Cryptid? Of course. That must be it. Thank you. I feel better already. Now that I think about it, you mentioned seawater. I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch. The documents were probably just washed away.
Let's get back to those lies.
Lies?
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
What were we hoping to get out of this? Because it's not fear and anxiety. I don't see how name calling is going to help us, and I really don't want to do it. But I mean, it's talking about thoroughly investigating or interrogating her, so let's save
She
the game.
slowly lights.
Let's save the game, because I really don't want to do this, but if it's
Hello,
progress,
officer?
we're going to have to.
Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving
All right,
us.
devil woman.
What?
Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say, devil woman.
That's literally, that's so not worth it. What if I told you you're under arrest?
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
Fucking mind games. Enough. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
You're suspect in a murder investigation. You're flight risk. That's the only reason I need. I don't like any of these. These all feel bad. Oh, I don't want to say any of these things.
The lieutenant produces a pair
Oh,
of
I'm loading
handcuffs.
save. There's no way.
Please, no.
No, I'm not about this.
But there's nowhere to go. A two-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before. Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
I think I know who did it. I know who shot Leslie. You know it wasn't me. Why would I do it? I have no motive.
Oh.
She knows something.
What do you know?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says,
Ruby.
Why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
what she's saying is sex.
Do you mean sex?
And more.
Oh.
I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
Man, I really didn't want to do this, but look at what it is. Look at what it has led to.
Wait. Everyone, just wait. What is this? Derail this whole thing immediately and investigate.
No. No. We've already internalized homosexual underground. We don't need content. I don't condone this, but content. I don't understand. Ruby's a woman, right? It's a woman's name.
Yes.
But you're also a woman.
Women like women too, officer. Try not to fixate on this. Let's move on.
Thank you, Kim.
Well, I'll be damned. That's one more thing we know about the world.
I'm fixating on it, Kim.
Don't. What in your relationship made you think she's romantically interested in you?
She said she's in love with me.
That'll do it.
She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Sounds like she was fixated on you.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching?
That really checks out. Ruby said there'd be shit happening if you didn't end the relationship with the deceased. Was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk. Said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
How could she have killed him? Like, how could she have gotten up here?
You said there was a secret route there,
Oh,
right?
yeah, with the foot... Yeah, no, that's correct. Yeah. With the footsteps and the peephole and... Yeah, no, this is all coming together.
She could have come up through there, then taken this shot. Right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when,
You're thinking about the peephole, huh?
She would have seen us. My bed is right next to...
You mean to suggest she made it?
No. No. Why would she do that to herself? No, I just remembered you told me about it, and...
She's not really sure. It was right above the bed. She could have seen all sorts of things from there.
Okay, that's enough for that.
Okay. And what? Arrest the liar now.
We're not doing
Why?
that.
She told us some pretty interesting things there. She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
Who? I don't know what that's in reference to.
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Oh. All right. Volition and drama and... No. We're backing off. She gave us the information we wanted. We scared it out of her.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
I don't generally assume that anything that happens in this game is something I won't regret.
Something tells you, you will.
There's a very strong chance that I might.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger.
The really interesting thing is, like, you don't know which of your stats, which of the aspects of your psyche are unreliable narrators. Volition tells you you'll regret this. Is that foreshadowing, or is Volition wrong?
It's you again. What is it?
I have new information. And I need to dress for logic. $83 should damn well be high enough, but what if it's not? Glasses? There's glasses for logic, I think. Yeah. Drama. I miss the days when I was rocking the Man from Heimdall shirt. Those were good times. Ah, the jacket. I knew there was something else. That really should be enough.
It's you.
We gotta be in like the 90s
What
here.
is it?
Yeah. If not now, when?
A sudden flash of light.
Oh, now we
from
hit an
your
11.
cortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Let's go.
A massive activity spike in the amygdala copicum, the part cops use to pin murders on people.
Is that all it's used for? Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
So that's what you were squinting at. You were trying to come up with a theory, weren't you?
I was squinting, that's
That
true.
She did it.
Yeah, he was cobbling together shit so he could put her away. It's RCM 101.
Let's lay out the theory. We got stuff.
Well, let old Titus set your mind at ease then. She didn't do it. She was here all night.
She didn't even leave to go to the bathroom. Being here is not the alibi you think it is. Based on what we just heard, that's actually rather incriminating.
Sunday night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
She can go to the toilet?
No.
In the whole 45-minute window?
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cobb.
I already know what it is. You don't have to worry about it.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
It's wildly plausible. It's the most plausible.
He's been through it. That means he suspected her too.